I am going to compile a list for you for deep winter hiking. If you would like to join us this upcoming January in the Adirondacks. So I will compile a list at the end of this. I just figured I'll just show a quick little video so you can actually have a visual of what the hell we're talking about. So all this stuff, I've accumulated a lot of this shit over the years, been doing this a long time. So a lot of this has been accumulated, and you replace it every once in a while, rips and tears and stuff like that. Old stuff gets replaced, but so trying to buy this start from scratch, it can be expensive. Some of the material can be expensive. If you need help, let me know. We'll talk over lists and everything like that. Now, Patrick and I would love for you to join us Lake Placid in January and beyond, and explore a lot of deep winter hikes this upcoming winter and years to come. So I know it's expensive. We'll talk about that in person and help you out any way we can. But this is just a visual to get you off the ground. So summertime, you go for a hike, a lot of freedoms. Running shorts, shirt from Under Armour, you're set. You got your pad, you got your water, you're set. Winter, completely different story. Completely different. And especially for places like the Adirondacks, the Catskills, anywhere. It's like preparing for battle, where you lay out everything the night before, and it takes you a long time to get dressed, to get your gear together. So let's get started. Sorry, it is so hot in this apartment. I apologize. The most important thing that you're going to wear when hiking, when it's like 0 degrees or in the teens or single digits or even below 0, is your base layer. This is your base layer. This is material, it's like thermals basically, but this is very thick. This is from Smartwool. I love Smartwool. It traps the heat. They're like long johns. These are the thing that goes over your legs, right on your skin. It traps the heat. It's unbelievably warm. And this is the matching shirt. So you wear the shirt over your long johns, essentially. Smartwool material is my favorite. Absolutely the most crucial thing that you will wear. Above the long john pants is your regular pants. These are pants I have from North Face. You can play around with different types of pants. I have worn pants like these in the past with a pair of snowboard pants on top of it if I knew I was going out where there was a shitload of snow on the ground. So you could triple layer up on the pants, but basically get waterproof pants. These are waterproof. Snow, it just glides right off. You don't even feel on your legs. Just make sure they're waterproof and they're good quality too. There's so many outlets. North Face, Patagonia, Outdoor Research, REI, wherever. Just get a good pair of waterproof pants. Socks. I forget where I got these from. I'll have to double check. When I write my list, I will include where I got these from. These are specifically made for hiking. It's kind of the same material as Smartwool. I don't know why I have trouble saying that goddamn word, Smartwool. They're thick and they're great. A lot of people think that if you wear 2 or maybe even 3 pairs of socks in your boots, that'll be warmer. It's actually not, because you don't have any mobility. It's just like with your hands. If you can't move your fingers around, you're not going to have mobility and you're not going to be warm. So getting good, these are fantastic. Just the one pair with your boots, you don't feel the cold. These are the boots I have for winter. Literally, I think I have 4 or 5 pairs of hiking boots. These are my winter hiking boots. These are fantastic. These are Timberlands, waterproof. Waterproof, waterproof, waterproof. Make sure they're waterproof. Along with the socks, you don't feel the cold. So make sure they're waterproof. Right above So after you have your pants on, your base layer, your pants, and your boots, these are the gaiters. Where you basically put the heel of your boot in this strap, and these go around your leg. These go up, these are about like knee high, almost knee high. You can get them higher, but this ensures that no water gets on your skin, basically. Because you have your hiking socks, your thick socks, waterproof boots, you have your base layer, you have your waterproof pants. These are like your last line of defense to make sure that no water gets on your skin. I've stepped through thin ice more times than I would like in my life. These are fantastic. They are your last line of defense, and they're great. I was gonna say something about the boots. I can't remember. It'll come back to me. Probably won't come back to me, but anyway. So then you have all the material you have to wear for shirts. So you, like I said, you have your thermal, basically your smart wool base layer. On top of that, I have a shirt that kind of fits directly over it. It's like a shirt like this, like material, like Under Armour, where it just wicks away any moisture. So I usually wear that on top of this. I don't know where it is right now. And then on top of that, I have like one of these like light pullovers, like again from Under Armour, light, where it wicks away any of the moisture. So I have that on top. On top of that one, I do a little bit of a heavier layer. This is like one I would just wear like in the fall or the spring, but that goes on top of this to now start trapping the heat as you build your layers. So we'll have like another one of those layers. And then a fleece. It really doesn't matter where you get it, what kind of material, it's just a fleece. Just wear a fleece that you don't mind sweating in, that you don't mind getting dirty, whatever. This is not a fleece I would wear to the bar. It's just to go over all these other layers. So you have all those layers there. Then on top of that, I have my puffy, my down jacket. This I got at Patagonia. Fantastic. I love the material. I usually, like in the fall, the spring, or late winter when it's like cold but not terrible, I'll wear a couple layers under this and then have this as my outer layer. It's great material. The only thing is it's not waterproof. So if snow gets on it, rain gets on it, it can ruin it. So that's why you have to wear an outer shell. You can get it actually like a bigger one, like a thicker puffy, which I'm probably gonna do this winter. I had an old one, got ruined years ago, but you could do like an outer shell like that, or you could go like a shell like this. This is the one I wore at Marcy. This Fantastic is one of my mini rain jackets. With my puffy like this, I got a size that is slim to me, so that's kind of my recommendation. Like this is a large and it fits, it's snug, it's great, traps the heat. This, for your outer shell, get one size bigger. So this is extra large, so it just encompasses your down jacket completely. So making sure that no water, no outside water gets in there. So just get like one extra size larger for your final jacket, the jacket that's going to be exposed to the wind, the rain, the snow, the ice, etc. That's what I was going to say about the boots. That's what I was going to say. And get a good pair of boots. I don't know if you have one, maybe you do, but for also future reference. Before you do a hike like Marcy or any kind of serious hike, like I think Marcy is like 20 miles, 21 miles, something like that. Before you do it, make sure they're broken in. So like do a couple hikes with them, break them in. I just whip myself with the shoelace. Even if it's just walk around your neighborhood, like the weeks ahead of a huge hike, make sure they're broken in before you use them. With the boots, so you have all your clothes on, you have all your layers, you have your base layer, you have all your fleece, all that shit. Have your shell, your puffy, your outer shell, you have your boots on, your gaiters, everything. Crampons. Next to your base layer, this is the most important thing you're going to be wearing. One crampon for each boot. This is where the money gets a little can be expensive. There's all different styles of crampons, all different, you can see these spikes, the different size spikes. I love this pair. It's very easy, you just put your boot in here. It's got the clip things, whatever they're called, you clip them on. Not Velcro, I don't know what the proper called. And you could adjust them, they are adjustable, so I do have, my boots are big, they're size 14, so I had to get extension here. I'll talk about that in person, but this just digs into the ice. These are a godsend, where you're going up a steep embankment of just pure ice. You have your trekking poles to use to hit into the ice, and you've got these to dig in. Literally don't know where I'd be without these. So you have these two. These you carry in your pack until you need to put them on. Speaking of pack, this is the pack I bring on deep winter hikes. I have like several packs, like good for summer, like short style hikes. I have a bit larger one. This is my big one. This is an Osprey Mutant 38 liter pack. So 38 liters, you know, this big. They can get bigger. You can get 55 liter, 65 liter, it kind of really depends. I like the 38 liter. I travel with this, you can, whatever. It fits a lot in here. So you can fit a shitload in here. You can fit your crampons, you can fit extra clothing, food, water, whatever. You can fit, it's a ton of space. It's got a support in the back where you're on here for 20 miles, 20 plus miles for 14 hours. My back felt great. These are expensive though. I would recommend though, when you're getting ready, if you do come with us, kind of focus more on the clothing that you might need. Pack, you know, we can use mine to store any extra stuff that you might want to bring for the hike, but we can talk about that later in person. Also, gloves. These are liners. So you wear the liners underneath or inside your regular gloves. So you have I have a good pair of ski gloves in here. They're back there somewhere. And then these go on inside. So put these on, and then your big heavy duty gloves. So these keep your hands cold, nice and warm. When you you take off your ski gloves, when you want to access something in your pack, your pocket, your phone, whatever, water, food, your hands aren't exposed to the wind and the cold, and it keeps it still warm. They're not that thick, so that's why they have to go inside your ski gloves, but it's for mobility, and they're a godsend. On your head, I also can't find it somewhere packed away, your balaclava, which is also essentially a ski mask. So put your ski mask on, on top of your head. You could have it like here up to your chin. It goes like to your shoulder basically. Up to your chin. When it's really super cold, you can pull the material up to almost your eye. But you have your head covered, your ears covered. It's like a thin enough where it's not like crushing you. And then a hat on top of it. Just wear any kind of style hat you want. It's like really keeps your head warm. And then especially at the summit, so you have your balaclava on, that's when we would pull the material up to our eyes. And then you need goggles. So when you put these on, the balaclava, your hood on, every millimeter of your skin is covered. So this is very important to have, get a good pair of ski goggles, but these are very important for the summits of these mountains because it might be pretty tame in the woods when you're climbing and mile 10, all right, it's not that bad, you're in the tree line, then you get above the tree line, it starts getting pretty interesting. You go above a certain point, even in July, it's crazy. You don't need these in July, but it gets insane. But these in January are an absolute must at the summit. Inside your pack, for every hike you go on from here on out, headlamp. headlamp, headlamp, headlamp. Literally a lifesaver. I know I say that about a lot of this material, but it's the God's honest truth. If you don't have certain things, it's not good. If you're hiking at 8 o'clock in the morning in the middle of July and the sun's not going to be going down for another 12, 13, 14 hours, bring your headlamp. You never know. This goes around the top of your head. Right here, you turn on the button and it's just like a flashlight. Always bring extra batteries, but make sure it's in your pack always for whatever hike. You're doing a simple hike that you've done 1,000 times, you've done a hike you've never done before. You're doing a hike in the middle of January, you're doing a hike in the middle of the summer. This comes with you. You never know. As Patrick and I found out the hard way on Slide last season, you never know. That was just supposed to be a simple hike. We were supposed to be done by dinner time. We didn't get done. We didn't get home until 6 o'clock in the morning. Medical kit. If you don't have one already, make sure you have a medical kit with you at all times. For like these big style hikes, like in the Adirondacks, where many, many miles and many, many hours, I bring two. I have like a bigger one than this. It's still pretty light, and I have this one. It's just full of like medical tape, bandages, gauze, Neosporin. I do have a fire starter in here just in case. These are like all my emergency materials. Luckily, never really had to use it in the wilderness in my life. I've got most of my serious injuries either on my way home or on my way to the hiking trails. So that, and then your snowshoes. These I got at LL Bean. Patrick and I coincidentally got the exact same kind. So you put your boot in here, and you strap these over your boot, and you walk with them. They have like built-in crampons at the bottom of these spikes that dig in, so you don't actually have to wear your other crampons on. So they dig in, but these are a must when you're hiking in the backcountry in the middle of the winter, because you're walking on snow. You might not realize it's 4 or 5 feet deep. I've walked on snow where there was like signposts and like trail markers that are normally 6 feet above the ground, and they're like eye level with me because the snowbanks are that high. This keeps you from falling and pushing down, because if you're just in your boots for those deep areas, you're gonna fall right through and you're not gonna be making any progress. So this keeps you stabilized on the snow. A little awkward if you've never used them before to walk with them. I think people just overthink them though. They're really simple. You just strap them on and you walk, just like you would with your boots, with your running shoes, whatever. Like you just walk. Don't think about the weight, because if you think it like that and you walk like this, it feels awkward. It's gonna slow you down. You just put them on and you walk. Sounds simple. And then I think last but not least, because I think we've covered it all, trekking poles. Good pair of trekking poles. They're not terribly expensive. There are like really expensive ones. I don't know why they're so expensive. I mean, some of the cheaper ones do break easily. I found that out the hard way too many times. They're adjustable. They're great, especially in the snow. They act like ski poles where you just push it through, especially when you have your snowshoes on, where you just push through. I use these all throughout the year. I will be using these on Slide, because when you're going up steep inclines, you can just dig in to the mountain. And when you're coming down, descending, they kind of act like extended legs for you. So it absorbs a lot of the shock that goes in your joints, on your knees, your shins, and throughout your legs. So this kind of absorbs that. So I think that's all it. Like I said, I will send a list. I will write a list of all this shit. Just wanted to give you a whole visual of what all this stuff looks like. It's a lot of stuff. It looks like a lot of stuff. Kind of overwhelming, but it's really not. Like I said, the money is really spent on the jackets, the pants, and the base layer. Everything else in between, we can go over, but that's where it is. I know Marcy, we're shooting for 6 months from now. there are a lot of sales right now. I know, like a lot of these companies have to research. REI, Patagonia, North Face, Solomon. There's a lot of like natural clearance sales that they do now in the summer because like who's buying winter shit right now? But especially now, a lot of these businesses have been struggling with the COVID pandemic, so there are even greater sales now. So I definitely take a look. But if you need help steering you in the right direction in terms of where to buy, when to buy it, if you need a little extra, whatever, just let us know, and we will help. All right, I think that is it. Patricio, I'm sending this to you as well. If you can't think of anything else, or if you can't think of anything else, throw in your 2 cents. All right, I'm gonna awkwardly walk to the camera now. Maybe I'll edit this out. All right, goodbye.